Welcome back, everyone, to the series, and today we are going back to Vancouver for a home game to start against the Indiana Pacers. Our first bucket of the game comes from Wellington as he shrugs off Fultz and lays it in. But later on, Pacers up 6-2. Terrence Davis for 3 knocks it down. We're down by 7 early on. Now make it 10. Offense looking out of sorts as we sail that lob, trying to find Desmond Bane. On the other end, Markelle Fultz up to Gafford. He starts 3 for 3 from the field with 8 points, and we're down 15-3. And then we turn the ball over, trying to go to Wellington. Fultz drives, scores, and they're up by 14 points through the first 7 minutes. Fultz blocked by Payne. It's a good defensive highlight for him, and then Herb Jones almost forces the turnover. Goes out of bounds. 0.1 on the shot clock, and we do get the shot clock violation at the end of things. But 22-10, the offense not showing up to play in this first quarter. Herb Jones scores. Dosunmu whiffs on this wide open layup. It was a bit of a tough one that he was kind of sailing past the hoop with, but you have to hit that. And we end up being down 14-28 after one. So a slow start for the offense, and the defense, not doing too bad, but not great either. We start the second with a 3 from Wellington and cut the game down to 13, but Anderson gets his first bucket here in the second off that dunk. A 1 for 5 start for him. Bane scores at the rim over Terrence Davis. Then down by 10, Davis turns the ball over. Anderson gets the steal. He goes up to Wellington and he does draw a foul. He would go 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. Bane for 3, offline just barely. Lambert comes down with the board. He tries to heave it up to Davis, but Rivers cuts in front of the pass to get the steal. On the other end, Wellington goes to Rivers. He fires a tough shot, missed it, and Wellington comes out of nowhere to get the board and put it back in. Way to follow his teammate's shot. Dosunmu steps into a 3 and knocks it down. That cuts the game down to 11. But Lambert knocks this one down from deep. 16-point game with 2 to go until halftime. Azette cuts, gets the bucket off the assist from Dosunmu, and the same thing happens here with a 3. But at the end of the first half, we are down 55-42. The offense made a couple of strides there in the second, but it was not enough to really make it a close game by halftime. And Lambert starts the second half by knocking down a 3 to extend their lead back to 16, and now we're down by 20, 66-46. Wellington gets to the rim with a dunk. Davis is blocked by Miles Turner, and we get points on the other end thanks to this 3 from Byron Wellington, who was probably our best offensive player in this game, which cannot be said very often because we have Anderson, but Lambert cashes another one from downtown. It seems like every time that we go on a bit of a run, he knocks down a 3 to kind of stop it and put the Pacers back to where they were. We're down by 18 points down, but Dosunmu trying to take over here this third quarter. He will hit again here. And then a steal right there for Payne. Deflected to Azette's hands. Dosunmu spins and scores on the other end. And then we go back to Azette on the cut. Azette and Dosunmu actually played pretty well in this game off the bench, which has been a thing to watch the entire year, but we don't get points off that steal to cap off this third quarter, and we're down by 14 with 12 minutes left. So a lot of work to be done. And we start the fourth quarter, top of the key for Anderson. He knocks it down, which was a rare sight in this game. He was not shooting well at all in this one. Payne gets the offensive board plus the tip in, and then I think gets a block here on Fultz. Not entirely sure on that one, but it looked pretty close. And then Clement is blocked / pickpocketed by Miles Turner. Bane, though, fires in traffic and can't score. And at this point, we're down by 13 points. And Anunoby completely obliterates Anderson at the rim, sending Anderson and Vancouver to the graveyard in this one as we lose 108-88. So things to work on here, but at least Don Payne had some really strong defensive highlights, and Wellington played well as well. So those are a couple of positives. So this was a pretty bad loss to take against a 3-6 Pacers team, but we were going to lose. we were bound to have a bad game, and it came right here. Wellington 20 points to lead the way, 7 for 14 from the field. Anderson had by far his worst day to this point on the season. 15 points, 1 assist, 4 turnovers, 6 for 18 from the field. Isumu, 14 points, 5 assists off the bench. Azette shot fairly well. Desmond Bain had a forgetful day. Same thing for Rivers, who had only 5 and 10. Miles Turner, 3 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Want a bit more from him. Herb Jones, not much to add on to the team. Grant Williams, same story. So there's not a lot clicking here for us. Gafford had a pretty big game. 23 and 14 for him. Did not miss a single shot. Markel Fultz, 20 and 10. Bryant Lambert had a couple of huge threes. And we shot poorly from the field and from downtown. And you can't win doing that. Also shot poorly at the charity stripe, 10 for 18. That's got to get better. That has to change. They also killed us on the boards because we missed so many shots. So that was a tough loss, but let's get into changing the accessories for Payne. I mean, he doesn't really have any right now, so let's go ahead and just add a couple. I think what I want to do is go with 2 leg sleeves and then 1 forearm sleeve on his right arm, because I want to keep that tattoo visible, but I want some stuff on his arms too. So let's see what that looks like. All right, so he's got a right forearm sleeve and he's got some leg sleeves now as well. So here's what he looks like with the away uniform, and with the home uniform, he looks like this. So I think he looks better. Could still add more, but just tell me in the comments if you guys want him to have anything extra as well, and I'll make those changes to next episode. By the way, I have never taken a good look at the advanced stats in this game, but there actually are a lot, and they're pretty damn useful too. Somebody talked about in the comments, I think last episode, about checking the estimated wins added category. So pretty much in the top right, this stat pretty much tells you, or it estimates the number of wins up to today's date that a player adds to a team's season total above what a league average player at this position would also add. And right now, Anderson has the highest on our team. No shocker there, with 3.0. So right now, we're 7 and 3, and he's already apparently added 3 wins to our total above a league average player. Bain is at 1.5, and Wellington is at 1.2. Those are the only 3 guys that have higher than 1. Then we got Miles Turner at 0.9, Rivers at 0.6, Payne at 0.4. So he is the highest ranking backup in this spot. Then you got Omer Azette, Desunmu, Tyus Jones at 0 because he hasn't played that much. Fredrickson and Williams both at 0. Richardson at 0. And then for guys who have played, well, the lowest guy who has played is Herb Jones at negative 0.1. And to be honest, I have not been impressed by his play so far this year. It has not been great. So he has a negative 0.1. I'll give him to the end of today to improve that, because we're going to sim about, I think, 8 or so games and watch 1 more after that. So as of right now, Anderson, by this stat, is by far our best player. He also has the highest game score average. Apparently 20 is considered outstanding for this stat, and 10 is average. So Turner and Rivers are pretty average, but Wellington, Bain, and Anderson are all 3 are above average, but Anderson by far the better player. So right now, Anderson, Bain, and Wellington are pretty much our 3 best players on the team, according to their contributions. I just thought that was a cool stat that we can now just keep track of. But today we're going to watch a road game against the St. Louis Sound and Javon Davis, who maybe should have gone first overall. He was supposed to. He was supposed to go first overall no matter who was going to be drafting, but then we got the first overall pick, obviously, and took Don Payne instead. So it's really the guy who maybe should have been picked first overall against the guy who was taken first overall. But first, we have to sim like 8 or 9 games, so let's get down to that first. So after our loss against the Pacers, we have sim 9 games, and we go 6-3 in those games, starting off with a really big win against the Hornets. We dropped 155 points on their heads. They dropped 133, but they still lose by a lot. They got 30 from Wendell Anderson, 27 from Dyson Daniels, 27, 9, and 8 actually, even better than just a 27 bomb. Ball drops 22 and 12, so they had a really good day. But we had 42 from Simon Anderson, 16 for 25 from the field. Desmond Bain at his best day of the year, 31 points, 10 for 11. Wellington drops 24 and 8. So you're seeing right now, this game kind of shows you what we're getting from these three guys. They have been our best players on the court this year so far. Wellington was 9 for 10 in this game, so both him and Bain missed only one shot each. Rivers dropped 16 points. Payne has 11 and 11 off the bench. Good day for him. Miles Turner was held scoreless, had 4 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Williams had 1 steal and 2 blocks. Anderson had 3 steals. Wellington had 2. But yeah, we shot 68%. What? We shot 68% in this game, 74 from 3. There was no shot that we were going to lose this game. No way at all. But then the Cavaliers took us down by 9 on our home court. A close fourth quarter ends with the Cavaliers on top, 125 to 116. Anderson drops 27, 10, and 5. Desmond Bain 24. Wellington 16. Rivers 14 and 6. And we had 3 blocks from Miles Turner. The Cavaliers had 27 and 12 from Darius Garland, 26, 5, and 9 from Cole Anthony, and 23 and 12 from Evan Mobley, and a double-double as well for Jarrett Allen. They shot 50%. We shot 49. Both teams shot pretty similarly across the board, except on free throws, where we shot very well, but they shot twice as much as we did and scored 8 more points at the line, which could have led to their win. So that's cool. We bounced back by once again taking down the Memphis Grizzlies. Anderson drops 39, 14 for 25 from the field. Rivers drops 22, 7, and 6, one of his better days of the season. Desumba 13 points off the bench. Turner had 12 with 2 steals, 1 block. Desmond Bain had 4 steals, although 4 for 12 from the field. Wellington also shot pretty poorly. Don Payne had a double-double. The Grizzlies had 38 and 9 from Ja Morant and 30 from Quinn Baldwin. Those two guys have played well against us in both games this year, but they still lost both games. And we shot well from the field. We shot well from 3. And we shot pretty well at the charity stripe too. Not too bad. But then the Wizards take us down by coming back in the fourth quarter and dropping almost 50 on us to win by 10. 123 to 113. Bradley Beal drops 25. John Watts had 19. Miles Bridges 13, 12, and 9. The Woodsmen had 36 from Anderson, 28 from Desmond Bain. Both guys shot very well. Wellington 14 points, 2 assists. Herb Jones had 9 points. Turner had 3 blocks. Team comparison, they shot a lot better than we did. 44 to 56. They also shot well from 3, and we really did not. We shot okay from 3, but nothing special like they did, 52%. And we lost because the defense was not good. We come back on the next day with a win against the New York Knicks on the road. Final score of 120 to 101. Jalen Brunson 22, RJ Barrett had 20, Rivera 18 and 6. But the Woodsmen got 40 from Anderson this time around, 15 for 20. Desmond Bain 24 and 11, 9 for 13 from the field. Rivers 12, 8 and 4. And we had 3 blocks from Anderson, 2 from Turner. Both guys good defensive days, and we shot better from the field, from 3, and not so much from the charity stripe. But overall, we shot better than they did, and it's why we came out on top again. We also casually took down the first place Western Conference team, the OKC Thunder, who I believe began the year 9-0. They're now 14-4. And one of those losses belongs to us, obviously. Anderson had 25 in this one. Bain had 19. Rivers had 18 and 9. 3 steals, 3 blocks from Miles Turner. Wellington, not the best day from him. The Thunder had 27, 9, and 7 from Josh Giddey, and 22 from Kevin Porter Jr. And overall, we shot better from the field and from 3 as well. But then next game, Giannis and the Bucks pretty much destroy us. Giannis had 39 and 10. He was 17 for 20 from the field. Miles Turner nowhere to be seen on defense apparently against him. Donovan Mitchell at 20 and 11. Moses Moody 16 points. The Woodsmen got 30 from Anderson, 17 from Bane, 12 for Wellington, a double-double for Don Payne. But Miles Turner, 2 points, 7 boards, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 1 for 5 from the field. Isumu 1 for 7, and that's not good. We rebound though by taking down the Hawks by 15 on our home court. Bane drops 29 and 6, Anderson 26, 10 and 7, Rivers 14 points, Don Payne another double-double, seems to float around the 10/11 mark for both points and boards, it seems like. He had 1 block, Turner had 3. The Hawks had 19 points from John Collins and Nelson Daniel, but we shot better from the field and from 3 again, and we came out on top. And finally, we are coming off a win against the Utah Jazz, a blockbuster win. They had no shot of winning this game. It was a blowout through and through. Wellington drops 19 and 8. Desmond Bane at 18 points, Dosunmu 18 points, Anderson 17. One of his lower days of the year in terms of points, 5 for 14 from the field. Rivers 14 and 10, Payne 9 and 10, Turner no points but 13 boards and 4 blocks. The Jazz had 16 from Kevin Durant and 14 and 11 from Sabonis. And they shot 35%. Hard to win doing that. So all that brings us to 13 and 6 on the season, which I believe was our record at the same time last season. Because if you recall, we started last year 3 and 6 and then won 10 straight games once Wellington became the starter over D'Angelo Russell. And we went to 13 and 6 there as well. So we're at the same spot this season. I think that we are better at this point in the year than we were last year. But same record, so you want to see better. But the Sound at 7 and 10 have improved from last year as well because they drafted Javon Davis, who is now their starting point guard as a rookie. Same story as Wellington last season. They are also starting Alex Barker at shooting guard, Dylan Brooks at small forward. They have Jaren Jackson Jr. now, and they also have Artie Tyler at center. So we're going to see who really outplays who. I mean, Javon Davis is starting this game, and Don Payne is not. But Don Payne has been playing pretty well off the bench, and he could see a spot in the rotation, a higher spot, at some point soon. You know what, actually, before we actually start this game, I want to make one change, and it's just for this game. Especially for this occasion. We're going to start Don Payne instead of Horace Rivers for this game and see what happens. We're playing the Sound. I just uploaded a slight rebrand for them like we kind of did last episode. So let's go ahead, put in Payne over Rivers. We'll just swap their minutes just for this game. I want to see what happens here if we start him at power forward. So we're going to start Don Payne at power forward today and to see what happens because I really want to get a good look between him and Javon Davis. And we're also going to let the Sound wear their new 3rd uniforms, which you can see all 3 right here real quick. So slightly different than what they were wearing before. And they're going to wear their statement ones too. So let's go on the road in St. Louis now officially and see the first overall pick against the guy who maybe should have gone first overall instead. Here we are in St. Louis on the road at the Enterprise Center taking on the Sound. And they start off by heaving it down the court to Alex Barker, and they get off to a really quick start. Barker, 20.8 points per game this year, but the story of today is Javon Davis and Don Payne. Anderson for 3 for us. That one's off the mark, and Artie Tyler comes down with it. Barker feeds Tyler. He gets to the rim and dunks, and St. Louis up 4-0. Also, Don Payne making his first career start for the Woodsmen here in this one. Wellington drives and can't finish through contact. That was Javon Davis on the stop. Davis off the screen, pulls the trigger, missed the shot though. Bain crosses the court. Wellington goes to him a bit late. A screen from Payne. The shot from Bain. That one's off the mark, and Jaren Jackson Jr. comes down with the board. He goes up to Barker, who fires a three. That one drops. The Sound are up 7-0. Screen from Payne. Wellington goes back to him. Nice pass. Tough shot, though. And Jackson is a really good defender, and Payne's not a good offensive player, so we'll have to be careful of that. Barker for three again. This time it's off. Thank God. Vancouver's still trying to find their first points. Bain, a wide open three. He'll give it to us. The shot for Barker is up and off the mark. Turner gets the board. Bain, a quick three on the other end. 2 in a row for him. He's got all 6 for us. Barker against Desmond Bain. Wants to go ISO mode. He kicks it back out to Davis instead. Open three, but he missed it. And Turner tips the ball out of bounds. Sound keep it. Dylan Brooks out to Javon Davis for a three. That one's off the mark too. He's still scoreless. Now a quick pass to Anderson. Baseline jumper. Missed it. Really tough angle there. It was a nice find by Bain, though. Alex Barker takes the screen. Gets inside. Goes back out to Tyler. We cover that one well. Their offense has to reset a bit. Davis with it off the screen from Tyler. For three. This time it drops. There's his first bucket of the game. Turner to Anderson. Top of the key three. Off the mark. They feed Jaren Jackson. He spins and fires. Tough shot, though. Good stop there by Don Payne. Wellington for three. Off the pass from Bain. Missed that. That was wide open. Got to start knocking down some shots here. There's 6 so far for us through the first 5.5 or so minutes. Javon Davis blocked by Turner. They called a foul there? That was so late. Are you kidding me? What a bailout. Javon Davis, 10.8 points per game so far this year. Now what you expect if those are his numbers as a starter. He goes 1 for 2 at the charity stripe. And the St. Louis Sound are up by 5. Payne with it. He will have to find somebody to go to. It's Wellington. He pump fakes, has Davis on him. And now he's called for a personal foul. Really? Well, St. Louis back with the ball. Davis goes to Barker. That mid-range jumper is off the mark, and Turner outboards Tyler for it. Vancouver's got to get the offense going here. Only one guy has scored. The lob for Payne goes right to Jaren Jackson Jr. instead. Not on the same page where Wellington and Payne. As Barker, wow, got the lucky roll plus the foul. Free throws for him. Or one free throw, rather. It's good. Sound up 14-6. Isumu has checked in for us. Wellington takes a breather. Rest of the starters are out there. Isumu off the screen from Turner. Fires a three. That one drops. So all of our points coming from downtown so far. And Anderson has 0 of them. Screen from Marty Tyler. Davis scores that one. That's actually Alex Barker. I apologize. He's got 10, though, outscoring us by himself. Bain, mid-range jumper, missed it. Anderson gets to it, though, and puts it back in for his first points. Tough shot for Barker on the move. He missed it, and the board goes to Don Payne. Can Vancouver close the gap a bit further here? Isumu with it. Time cutting down. He goes to Bain. Deep three. Offline. Javon Davis for three after a quick step back. He knocks it down. And that's what you expect from the first overall pick. Oh, wait. He wasn't taken first overall. That's right. We took Don Payne. Desmond Bain goes to Dosunmu. Mid-range jumper. That one is good. 19-13 is your score currently with 4:45 to go and counting here in the first quarter. Rivers will check in after this timeout, but we're going to head to the second quarter now and see where things are at there. We jump ahead with 6:52 to go here in the first half. Vancouver already in the bonus. And we're down by 8, 48-40. St. Louis has the ball. Defense has had some struggles so far in this one, but it's early going, so we'll see how it goes the rest of the way. Dosunmu with it. Battling down low, scoring on Javon Davis. Nice work. So we currently have Dosunmu, Azette, Rivers, Turner, and Anderson all out there right now. I kind of like this lineup. I want to see how we do. We end up giving up a 3 on defense to Alex Barker, but let's see what the offense can cook up here. Turner to Rivers. Out to Anderson for a 3 uncontested. He missed it, though. Got to start knocking these open looks down. And now a steal for Turner. That's going to go against Javon Davis. He read the pass perfectly. Zet goes to Dosunmu. He goes to Rivers. He steps into a shot and missed it. Not a good look. Barker gets down low, battles against Azette and missed the shot. On the other end, Dosunmu takes a very deep 3 that just barely misses. But that's a bad shot. Not sure how we're going to take those several feet behind the three-point line shots, but we can't be taking those. And Barker's got 18 points, 58% from the field so far this first half. He's had an electric offensive game, and we're down by 11. Dosunmu off the screen from Turner, fires a 3. This time it drops. Screen from Jackson Hayes. Javon Davis trying to answer it back, but he can't do it. Dosunmu steps back, has an open look. Missed it, though. Rivers gets to it and missed the dunk. Rivers. Davis slicing and scoring. We're down by 10. We have to call a timeout. They've shot 53%. After our timeout, Herb Jones and Williams have both checked in for the Vancouver Woodsmen, so all the backups for this game are out there. Rivers, open mid-range jumper, missed that one too. And Jackson Hayes. Wait, what? How is that their ball? Hayes out to Simmons, who's wide open. That one drops. And that's Ralph Simmons, who we considered taking over Wellington and chose not to. They have him. They've got Javon Davis. They've got Barker. They have a bright future at guard. Dosunmu, close range shot in the paint. That one drops. He's got 12 points here in this first half. Simmons trying to find the open man. It's Alex Barker. He pump fakes, got his head up in the air, but he recovers nicely. And Herb Jones almost gets a steal, and they get a free open shot out of it. You're kidding me. We've already allowed 59 first half points. Azette for 3, tough one, no good. The offense has not looked terrible, but they haven't looked good either. That's for sure. Grimes to Barker, top of the key 3, offline. And Dosunmu comes up with the board. We got to get some points here. Jones goes to Rivers, 5 on the shot clock. Got to find somebody for the open look. He hands up. No, he won't hand off. He'll just fire. And it's off again. I have not called Anderson's name that much. Wellington's name. I haven't called Turner's name at all for defense or offense except for the one steal he had in the first quarter. And, I mean, yeah. Not sure who's done the scoring for us for the most part besides Dosunmu. And that shot drops for Alex Barker, who has had an amazing first half. Has already pretty much reached his average points per game here in the first half, and that's got to change. Dosunmu drives and gets by Simmons for the easy 2. He's 6 for 9 from the field. 1:05 to go until halftime. We're down by 12. Screen from Hayes. Barker, the floater. It's contested this time, and we stop it. Good work. Azette with the shot clock winding down. Makes some space for himself, but he has not had a great day off the bench for us. On the other end, Stewart against Azette. Simmons steps back, fires a jumper, missed it though, and Rivers comes down with it. We would love a bucket here to cap off the first half. Last shot of the quarter. We go to Azette for three. That one just rattles out. And it's 61-49 at the break. Vancouver looking for some answers here for the offense. And defense too. Well, start of the second half, and we are hoping for a couple of adjustments here, even though I haven't really made many. I just want to see how we respond, because I like our game plan in general, and I want to see if we can step up against a team that really has not been all that good this year, below 500. Jackson picks up his third foul to start the half. Miles Turner hits the first free throw. And he goes 1 for 2. On the defensive end, Alex Barker is fouled by Turner. And he's pissed because that looked like a block. Once again, questionable foul call from the refs. Barker up to 21. And this one gives him 22 on the night. Wellington to Anderson. Deep three. Can't knock it down. Can we get him going, please? Javon Davis has it. He goes to Dylan Brooks, guarded by Anderson. Dylan Brooks has pretty much done nothing at all this game. Alex Barker off the screen will fire. That shot's good. Can't stop him right now. 24. And he's got the sound up by 15. Wellington cuts, and we find him. The assist goes to Bain. Barker off the screen from Jackson. Fires and hits a really tough one in the face of Miles Turner. Literally in his face. Wellington goes to Anderson. He pump fakes. They got Brooks in the air, but he recovers well, just like Azette did earlier. Screen from Payne. Bain will go back to him, and he scores over Jackson. Tough one, too. So it's a positive play right there for the first overall pick. Alex Barker has a screen from Jackson. He fires again and hits again. I changed how we're playing screens in this third quarter just a couple of seconds ago, and that one clearly did not change anything for that shot. Wellington off the screen from Turner. Not looking for a shot himself. Never mind. He gets to the rim and scores on Davis. Tough finish. Jaren Jackson Jr. for three. Open look. No good. Tyler missed the tip in as well. And Turner ends up with it. Got a mismatch with Turner against Javon Davis down low. Bain goes to him. Turner attacks him. Shoot, man, shoot! Why? Anderson, at least he'll knock it down. Vancouver cuts the gap to 11. Barker won't kick it back out. Instead, Payne actually gets the stop on him. Good job that time to cover it. Wellington stepping back, firing a three, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Sound takeover. Barker with the ball, waiting for a play to develop here. Instead, he'll go ISO because it took too long. They go back to him, top of the key. That three hits back iron. We have a chance to close this game to single digits now if we can just get one bucket to go. Anderson takes the screen, has an open three, and missed it. Man, I just want to get him going because when he catches fire, it'll be over for St. Louis. But he's only got 10 points and has not shot well. They feed Barker down low against Desmond Bain, and he is towering over him right now. Barker playing the patient game. He'll fade away, miss the shot. Tyler gets it, and they score because Turner came to help, and it allowed Tyler to get the open board. 13-point game once again. I haven't really made much headway here this half so far, but looking for that to change with a Wellington 3. Never mind. Barker with it against Desmond Bane, trying to go ISO mode against him, it feels like. He passes out of it to Dylan Brooks. He goes out to Davis, who has to force a 3. And it's off. Wellington goes to Bane. He'll pull up from 3, and that one's off 2. Don Payne gets the board, and he's fouled on the shot. Not the best free throw shooter, but he can knock him down. First one is off. Please don't go 0 for 2. And he does. Oh, man. We have one guy on this team that can hit free throws, and that's Anderson. That's pretty much it. Nobody else can do it. Bane with it, gets in the paint. Goes back out, though, to Wellington. Mid-range jumper, left it short. We just can't score at all. Jackson with it, guarded by Payne. Hands off to Javon Davis. He'll fire. Mid-ranger missed it. If our shooters can't shoot, who do we go to? How do we get shots to drop? Do we just go for plays that get to the rim like that one for Anderson? You might have to. St. Louis calls timeout, up by 11. We jump ahead with just below 9 minutes left in regulation. Vancouver down by 9, 81-90 against St. Louis. Ty Washington can't knock it down, and Rivers ends up with the board. And that scoring drought is not correct. Rivers, open 3, please. Finally, somebody hits a shot. It's down to 6. Washington finds Barker, a deep 3. He airballed it. It was wide open, too. Isumu off the screen from Anderson. Takes it down low. Fires. That's a really tough shot. And we're called for a loose ball foul. Barker against Desmond Bane. Takes him inside. Turner, I think, blocked the shot off the backboard. Might have got a piece of that one, not entirely sure. On the other end, though, Bane with it against Barker. Hands off to Isumu. Looking a bit tired out there. Got the Gatorade logo next to him. Turner with it. 5 on the shot clock. He'll feed Rivers. Out to Anderson for a 3. Man, he's been ice cold all game. Jackson finds Barker, who is fouled by Anderson. That's his 4th. First free throw for Barker, up and good. And he goes 2 for 2. Tyus Jones has now checked in for us. He'll probably be out there for a minute or 2 while Wellington takes a breather or something. Rivers with the ball. He goes to Anderson. He's got a mismatch against Quentin Grimes. He'll fire, and it drops. They've shot 46%. We've shot 42%. Not a huge disparity there. That's why the game is fairly close with under 7 to go. Artie Tyler feeds Jaren Jackson Jr. against Rivers. His shot is off the mark. And Jackson is actually scoreless so far. No points and 0 for 4 from the field. Tyus Jones with it. He goes to Rivers. He goes to Anderson. He goes back to Jones. Open shot. It's good. Tyus Jones. Jackson finds Barker in the paint. They called a foul there? Seriously? Against Turner out of all people? How is that a foul? I have to go look back at this. Seriously. How is this a foul? Where? We're looking for one against Miles Turner here. What is it? Where does he foul him? I guess right there, maybe? He's got his left arm on his right shoulder. But really? That's it? You can't even touch the guy? Bit of a home cooking here. I feel like I say it every time we get outscored in free throws. And it seems like every other team can knock them down compared to us. And why is Richardson checked in a point guard? What's going on here? Where is Wellington? We call a timeout after bringing him on. I'm confused. All right, so after our timeout, we have Rivers out there, and we have Herb Jones in as well. So not really a true point guard plan right now. I think we have Herb Jones playing that role, it feels like. He'll fire a three. Off the backboard and through. Please never take that shot again. But thanks for making it. I appreciate that. Vancouver down by 3 now, 91-94. A stop here would be huge. Barker against Bain. Another foul. You're kidding.
First personal foul, fourth team foul.
He's finally missed one, though. That could be big for us. He goes 1 for 2. 4-point game. Jones. Or not Jones. Rivers the screen. Bain the shot. It's good. That cuts the game down to 1. Barker. Tough shot off 1 foot offline. Herb Jones gets the board. Vancouver has a chance to take the lead with 2 points. Bain to Anderson. He'll step back and fire in that guy's face, and he missed the shot. I think it's too late for us to really see him catch fire here, so we have to play some good basketball. He's left wide open, and he missed it. Thank you, Quentin Grimes, for your contribution to our cause. Desmond Bain with it, getting down low. He draws a foul. That's the 4th on Jackson. Bain is probably our 2nd best free throw shooter behind Anderson. Please do not miss one. First one drops. We're tied at 95. This one is up and good too. This might be our first lead of the entire game. I think it very well could be. The sound call timeout. Down by 1. After a St. Louis timeout, what do they draw up? It's a deep shot for Barker, and it goes in. Alex Barker, man. Having a much better day than when we saw him the very first time that we matched up against him 2 years ago. We did not watch our matchup last season, but before that, we watched 1 game against them, and he had a pretty rough day. And so far, he is really showing out. Anderson drives. Can't get the foul call, but he does lay it in against Artie Tyler. Tough finish. And we are all tied up again. Ty Washington goes to Barker. Mid-range jumper. Now that one rattles out. Anderson with it. He goes to Herb Jones. Shot clock is winding down. Oh no. He'll just fire in his face. Bad idea, bad shot, bad possession by the Woodsmen, and it comes at a crucial moment. Barker fading away on Bain. Missed the shot here too. Barker shot just 27% here in this half. He's taken a huge step back since the first. But he has not really stopped shooting. In fact, he shot more than he did in the first half, I think, as Turner misses the layup at the rim. That would have put Vancouver ahead. Now Brooks for 3. Off the mark. Tyler gets the offensive board. He's got Herb Jones on him. He gets the stop, though. Absolutely huge. And that's why he's in there right now. For his defense only. 2:20 left. Bain to Turner. He missed again. And that was on Dylan Brooks this time. Barker to Tyler. He lost the ball, got it back, pump fake. Scott Jones in the air, and he missed the layup. And Jones was not even trying to stop him. What's going on right now? Under 2 to go. We're tied at 98. Anyone's game. Vancouver has the ball. Bain a bit tired. He goes to Herb Jones. Get the ball to a shooter. There you go. And there you go. St. Louis calls timeout, down by 2. Barker, guarded by Bain, attacks. They call the foul. They love the foul call. As soon as Barker gets in the paint, it's over for us. First free throw drops. Second one drops too. He's got 38. Huge possession for the Woodsmen. Isumu goes to Anderson. He's got Brooks on him. He will go back to Dosunmu for a shot. It's good! Foot was on the line, though, so it is a 2. Dosunmu's got 22 points off the bench, one of his better days of the entire season, trying to will us to a win. Barker against Bain. He gets in the paint, goes up, and he scores again. He's got 40 points now. Anderson with the ball. Brooks covering him well so far. Anderson steps back, goes to Payne. He has... Whoa! What was that? That was terrible. Thought he had a wide open layup for a split second there, but then he lost track of it. Oh my. Tie game. Barker ISO against Bain. Double team comes. Davis, 3 in the corner. No! The narratives! So Payne missed a big shot. Javon Davis hits a big shot in the corner for 3 to put St. Louis ahead by just as much. Vancouver needs a big bucket. We got to go to our guy right here, Desmond Bane. He missed it! Make a damn shot, somebody! We have to foul Artie Tyler. Tyler's first free throw was good. Of course, their big guys can knock down free throws. What about ours? He goes 2 for 2. Can Vancouver draw up a quick 3? I don't think so, but we'll see what happens. Dosunmu goes to Anderson. Wide open look. He knocks it down. Could have used that shot just a bit earlier, like a minute earlier, but we almost get the turnover. Are you kidding me? Of course, Javon Davis gets to it. Now he's fouled. Free throws, and Turner's fouled out. So Payne moves to center, or at least Rivers checks in and will be the center for now. And Davis goes 1 for 2. We have a shot. We have a shot. We heave it up. Dosunmu. What is that? What are we doing? Why do we always do this? What was that? You got 10 seconds to draw up a quick play. Why do we do that? You're kidding me, man. Now Javon Davis gets to put it away. For real. Another. Why can't we just have a good clutch ending? It's always like this. Now there's no hope. What a disgrace. What a lame ending. Gonna end on a timeout and a 0.2 second inbound pass. What a joke this was. St. Louis should have won, but we barely missed out on stealing it. 109 to 108 is your final score. Wow. What do you say? What do you say? Well, St. Louis hangs on to the win. Barker drops 40, 13 for 30 from the field, 10 for 11 at the charity stripe. Javon Davis had 17 points, 5 for 12 from the field, 4 for 8 from deep, 3 for 6 at the line. Jackson Hayes, a double-double. Jaren Jackson Jr. was scoreless, but had 10 boards, 2 steals, 2 blocks. The Woodsmen got 25, 5 and 5 from Dosunmu off the bench. Anderson somehow shot 9 for 21, but he was bad once again from downtown, 1 for 10. The last time you watched a game, which was last episode, obviously, he kind of shot similar numbers. So I don't like seeing that. We watched the game that was against the Pacers. He shot 6 for 18 in that one and 2 for 11 from downtown. So a couple of games where he hasn't been the best, and unfortunately we have watched 2 of probably his worst 5 games of the season. So, I mean, we're not going to get this all the time, but tough to get it in back-to-back episodes. Herb Jones had 13 points off the bench. Actually played pretty well from what I saw. Bane, I mean, he had our first 2 shots of the entire game, and then he hit one in the fourth quarter, and that was it. plus the free throws. So not doing a whole lot. Rivers off the bench had 11, 6, and 5. That's pretty good. Wellington, not his best day. Payne had 6 and 13 and a 1 steal, but I still want to see more of an impact from him. Maybe starting him was a bad idea in this one. But, yeah. Miles Turner, 1 point, 8 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal. That has to be better. Also fouled out. He did not play his best game. But yeah, we shot better overall, but it was very, very close. They shot better from 3, and they had twice as many free throw attempts. Come on, man. Come on. But that does drop us to 13 and 7 on the season. We are down to 5th place in the conference. So you look for a better performance there in the first half. I thought we played well in the second, enough for us to have a chance at a win. Has not come to fruition though, but I will go back and change our game plan against the Sound back to having Rivers start and Payne off the bench. But yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on the game. And we have 4 more road games coming up as well in a row. So this away stretch could be a big deciding factor in how we look on the road this year, because right now we're 5 and 4 and we're 8 and 3 at home. So we are obviously playing much better at home. We're playing a bit worse on the road than last year, but still not bad at all, above 500 there. And we're also scoring a lot more points per game than we did last year, so that's a positive. And I think overall we've had a good start to our season. Would like to improve in a couple of areas, but with a young team, you kind of expect things to not be perfect to start off. But we're also 2nd in the power rankings, so we're looking pretty solid there too. So we're going to wrap up here. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, take care and go Woodsmen.